Welcome to episode 6 of the Talkin Football with Larlar podcast. I am your host, AZ Larlar. Welcome back to another episode of Talkin Football with Larlar. We have a lot to get to today after an absolute, probably one of the weirdest weeks, at least in this decade of the NFL. I don't know what it was, but this season has been absolutely crazy, and I think we're going to have to ask the question later of, once again, not only is this the weirdest NFL season in quite some time, but is this the most open the NFL has been in a long time? So, with that being said, today, Max will not be joining us, unfortunately, due to some personal stuff. And Brandon will be joining us midway through the episode later today. So we only got RBM here for the time being. So hello, RBM.
There must be something in the water. Oh, sorry, I was listening to Katy Perry. Hello.
So, just gonna continue to say these things, of course. Once again, if you guys are watching and listening, please let us know in the comments section or the chat or anything, because, you know, obviously I want you guys to hopefully hit that like button, subscribe, follow wherever you're watching and listening. And once again, we do these podcast episodes every Wednesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern time during the NFL season. So if you would like to join us live, go ahead and check out twitch.tv/azlarlar. We will be live at around 7 p.m. Eastern time for the start of the podcast. And it will also be live the next day on AZ Larlar Plus at 12 p.m. Eastern. So just a heads up, once again, just another reminder. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this week of the NFL slate, which, you know, I don't want to go ahead and give too many spoilers really quick, but let's go ahead and check out how we did during this week of pick'ems. As always, we will start with the pick'ems. And once again, I say this is the weirdest NFL season ever, but this was definitely one of the weirdest weeks of the NFL ever, because this week, for some reason, I went 7-8 in pick'ems this week, which kind of just tells you how this NFL season has been. Like, we had the Eagles winning against the Giants, right? No, they got blown out by Jaxson, Dart, and the Giants. We will get into them, of course.
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the other teams that did not do well in terms of my pick'ems specifically were the Cowboys, the Jaguars, the Saints, Titans, Niners, Bills, Commanders. And if I had to go ahead and check out who were the favorites here, the Eagles were picked here more, the Cowboys were picked here more, the Jaguars were picked here more, the Bills were picked here more, and the Commanders were also picked here more. So this is just an absolute train wreck, man. I just don't know what else is going on here. So if this week's pick'ems look even worse, I have no idea. Yeah, so
Whew.
Yeah, let me just also
I got some of those picks right.
Yeah, I completely forgot to start my timer, by the way. But so yeah, just add in like 4 minutes here. Okay, good. Okay. All right, RBM, so, you know, we got those pick'ems out of the way. We will obviously make our predictions later.
Of course.
But now we have to get into some breaking news to start off the episode. Whoa!
Uh-oh.
We have to get into some breaking news already, which is kind of crazy to think about. But once again, this is a podcast, and this breaking news happened, like, I think yesterday. So let's go ahead and get into it. But the first thing that we have to talk about today was the fact that Brian Callahan was fired. Titans head coach Brian Callahan fired here. Statement from President of Football Operations Chad Brinker. After extended conversations with our owner and GM, we met with Brian Callahan this morning to tell him we are making a change at head coach. These decisions are never easy, and they become more difficult when they involve people of great character. We are grateful for Brian's investment in the Titans and the Tennessee community during his tenure as head coach. We thank him and his family for being exemplary ambassadors of the Tennessee Titans. While we are committed to a patient and strategic plan to build a sustainable, winning football program, we have not demonstrated sufficient growth. Our players, fans, and community deserve a football team that achieves a standard we are not currently meeting, and we are committed to making the hard decisions necessary to reach and maintain that standard. So, this is a choice. I will say this because, obviously you don't ever want to see a head coach fired. You don't ever want to see that, but when it came down to Brian Callahan, I was gonna say this because this is a nice tweet from Mike Garafolo, because Brian Callahan, for 23 games over the course of his tenure as head coach, he was 4-19. So which is not an amazing record, of course, but yeah, so 4-19 record, and they are expected to make Mike McCoy the interim head coach. And just some other also tidbits here with this. This is the Titans' annual fire and hire special, because in
Oh
2022,
man.
their GM John Robinson was fired, and then 2023 Rand Carthen was fired, and then Vrabel was fired. Callahan was hired, and then Rand Carthen was hired in 23, and then Brian
That was me.
Callahan was hired in 24. They then fired Rand Carthen earlier this year. They hired Borgonzi, which was former Chiefs guy, and now they fired Brian Callahan this year as well. And this also includes his brother, Bill Callahan, who also will leave the Titans organization as well. So, what a crazy turn of events for the Titans here, because obviously, like a couple weeks ago, we were talking about how KM Ward basically said at a press conference that, oh, well, we just asked. And
I'm keeping it a buck, yes.
yeah, that doesn't really sound great from any sort of perspective. So, unfortunately, the way I see it, if I had to, well, when I'm giving an opinion when it comes down to this, well, the Titans season is pretty much at a wit's end. There is no way, at least in my opinion, that the Titans can at least recover. They will probably get a couple wins here and there, but they're not going to do any damage this season. They're probably going to have a top 10 pick in the NFL draft next year anyway, and so it's just a massive punt toward the season. So, kind of sucks, but now they will have their pick as head coach. Borgonzi will have his pick for head coach, and same with the Titans leadership. So, what are your thoughts on this firing here?
This definitely feels like the continuation of this whole power struggle the Titans have had going on for the past few seasons. But they brought in the Chiefs guy. Obviously he's gonna want to do things his way. Callahan, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, was never a good fit for Tennessee to begin with. So I kind of saw this coming from a mile away. I just didn't think it would be like right now.
Yeah, week 5 is a crazy week to get fired, though. But I'm pretty sure that, well, the Jets, Robert Saleh was fired, I think, last year during this time, week 5. But the whole, I guess difference there is the fact that Saleh was there since 2021. It wasn't like a whole year and a half tenure. It was like for 3.5 years.
Yeah, he
So
had a chance to like prove himself and he just couldn't do it.
yeah, and Callahan didn't even get really like a full 2 seasons here. He got one full season and that was it. He got one full season and 4 games, which is kind of
Yeah,
crazy. Um,
something tells me that who was the who's their GM's name again? Borgonzi, I think he said it was.
Pretty
I
much, yeah.
think he kind of, yeah, I think he saw the writing on the wall and saw that Callahan was just way in over his head as a head coach, and was just like, nah, we're gonna have this guy kind of fill in for the rest of the season, and then next season we're gonna look for like a really good offensive or defensive coordinator, and just kind of like slot him in as our head coach and kind of build from there. As
Just
far as the Titans for this season, yeah, we didn't expect them to do any damage to begin with. So
yeah. But as a fan of Cam Ward, I really hope he turns it around, especially even after this firing. But he's already starting, unfortunately, in kind of a hellhole. So no predictions here, at least for me, but there are a couple names floating out there. But I really hope for the Titans organization as a whole that they pick somebody and hire somebody with actual, hopefully, fight in them.
yeah,
so yeah. All right, that was the first breaking news. Well, not the first, but that was the breaking news that I wanted to at least go ahead and cover here. So now we will get into our weekly game recap of the NFL slate, and obviously, once again, we're just gonna go ahead and go through all of the blowouts, so we can just go ahead and get through these quick. And
get them out of the way.
because, we don't have much people here at the moment, it's only really me and RBM anyway, we should be going through these pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. Because the first game here is the Rams toppling the Ravens, who continue to struggle, 17-3. I'm not I don't really know what to say about this game, if I'm being honest with you, other than the fact that the Ravens just continue to struggle. And this sucks because this is actually like probably one of the worst seasons they can go in ahead and just struggle in because of how wide open the AFC at least feels like right now. The Rams, the Rams continue to win. There was that clip that Puka Nacua was yelling on the sideline, but it was yelling for passion, just try to get his teammates up and running, so nothing really too crazy, but yeah, I mean, really nothing too much to say about this game.
Nothing really of no. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, how badly do the Ravens miss Lamar Jackson?
Oh my God, they miss him badly. So I think, yeah, I mean, again, really nothing to ride home about in regards to this game. Like, just a couple forced fumbles here and there, and at least the defense for the Rams still look really good. So it's not like, anything really crazy. Derrick Henry, though, 24 attempts for 122 yards. There was that one play where they could not get him in the end zone at the one. So once again, for some reason, Derrick Henry just can't get into the end zone for some reason. And that really sucks. So, yeah.
I mean, their offensive line is falling like flies, so
That is true.
it's kind of hard to run the ball when you don't have a no line to help you.
Pretty much. So yeah. Now, I guess question for you, just so we can, go ahead and move on to to the other games really quickly here. This is a season that I really did not think was going to go like this for the Ravens, Lamar Jackson goes down, he gets injured, he misses a couple of weeks, but at the same time, like during the times when he did go on ahead and, play, they didn't really play up to the standard that at least I thought would, especially with their defense, because their defense has been an absolute train wreck. And Cross, our friend, has been pretty much complaining about Harbaugh, and I think his name is Zach Orr or something like that. Also,
Zach Orr, yeah.
Neptune is in the chat. What's up, Neptune? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream and the podcast. Hello. But yeah, he was wanting both of them fired, especially Zach Orr. So, now I have a question for you, RBM.
What's up?
The Ravens. So, is there any sort of way they get back into this?
They are going to need to make some moves because that trade deadline is ending soon, and they need pieces if they want to get back into the win column, man, get you some defensive pieces. Trade off whatever you can. Get some of them garbage ass players out of here. Jair's a good corner. I just don't think Jair fits that system. So I say trade him. See what you can get for him. Go get some defense. And hope Lamar Jackson is healthy. That's all I can say about that. Otherwise, they're cooked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like even if just one loss here, I feel like they're kind of screwed, which is crazy. Like, I don't,
That is crazy to think about, yeah.
because right now, like, really quickly, like, they are what, 1-5?
1 in
They
5, yeah, and they have a
literally,
bye next week, so.
so this is perfect time to figure things out, you know? This is the perfect time. They
Mm-hmm,
get a
mm-hmm.
break. So if they really want to go back into this thing, they not only have to make some moves, but they have to lock in after this bye, and they have to literally almost win out to even get a chance. Because who knows? Like, the Steelers might actually win this division here. They might
Well,
actually win the AFC North.
I was gonna say, like, the AFC North, aside from the Steelers, is kind of the weakest we've seen in some time.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So,
Speaking of the AFC North, let's go on to the next game. And this was the other game here. The Steelers returned from the bye, and Tomlin. I think there was a stat out there somewhere out there that the Steelers and Mike Tomlin specifically have been so good off of a bye, and they just continue that. They win against the Browns 23-9 with Dylan Gabriel as quarterback here. Holy shit! I didn't even notice he 29 of 52. Good lord, man, that is crazy. Yeah, Judkins wasn't really a factor into this game at all. And well, Rodgers continues to look like Rodgers, and Steelers, they continue to look good. I'm personally high on the Steelers. I'm not really quite sure why certain people are not as high on the Steelers. I find it kind of weird, to be honest with you, but yeah, really nothing much else to say with this game, because I feel once again the Steelers, they're probably like right now the favorites to win the AFC North as of right now. So yeah, what are your thoughts on
I
this?
think I think they are the favorites to win the AFC North at this point because
Yeah,
I mean I can see why some people aren't as high on the Steelers because I mean shout out to Urinating Tree here, the big Steelers fan that I know. It does seem kind of fluky. I'm not gonna hold you.
really.
The Steelers, the
Mm.
Steelers do have one of the easier schedules in the league, in my opinion. And I mean, don't get me wrong, that defense, phenomenal. I will, I will, I will give credit where it's due. That defense is holding it down. That offense, it's not really flashy.
It's
It's
not.
not really anything amazing.
It's not. No.
But as
Yeah.
long as that defense keeps doing the Lord's work, it doesn't have to be. Browns, on the other hand, oh boy. um, don't get me wrong, Dylan Gabriel is a fine quarterback. He did well in Oregon. I feel like however, it might be time to start Shador Sanders. Maybe
I think Shador starting is inevitable. Like,
it could be.
I think it's inevitable. Maybe within the next like 5 weeks or so. I don't know. There's something about this whole conversation and the whole like situation with the Browns, because there was something Miles Garrett said about how it sucks to be losing, I think it was. And I'm like, well, you kind of signed up for this, buddy. like,
I
like,
mean, you're getting paid the big bucks, and don't get me wrong, Cleveland's defense is good too. We've talked
yeah,
about that time and time again.
yeah,
The
absolutely.
problem with the Browns is that these quarterbacks need to start really. Do these quarterbacks kind of gel in Kevin Stefanski's system? Because he's an offensive minded coach. He should be able to get the best out of his quarterbacks. It's just, is he gonna get the best out of Dylan Gabriel?
That's a good question. As of right now, I mean, Gabriel is basically just put into a gutter here. Like he's basically being like inserted in as like a potential solution, and he's not unfortunately given like really that many great weapons, and it sucks because I mean, when he takes 6 sacks, man, it's just come on, like you just can't have
Well,
that.
I mean that you got to kind of blame the O-line
Oh
for.
yeah, absolutely, but
He's not exactly somebody that holds on to the ball too long.
mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's taking that many sacks is just, ugh. I mean, don't get me wrong. Judkins looks promising. I feel like he'll
Yeah, I
be
agree,
the running
Neptune.
back for the future for the Browns.
I agree, Neptune.
I mean, but think about it. When your only weapons are freaking Jerry Judy and David Njoku, what else is there?
Yep.
What else is there?
He's a PR nightmare, but can play. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to the next game here. So once again, just trying to get all the blowout ones out of the way. So obviously this is the game that turned into Callahan getting fired, but the Raiders finally get a win against the Titans, 20-10. I'm still holding my breath on this fucking Raiders team because Geno Smith once again still threw a pick. He still threw a pick. Genty still is still at least looks great. So props to Genty. He is definitely the bright spot alongside Bowers. Excuse me. The Titans, but I mean the Titans, dude. I mean this loss again just basically told management, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and fire Callahan here. And Neptune says here in the chat, bro, I'm so tired of watching Cam suffer. I agree. I want Cam Ward to do well, man. 26-38 for 222 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, but got sacked 6 times. Good lord, man. Oof.
I mean, when you're struggling against the Raiders defense of all things,
yeah.
I mean, writing was on the wall. Like,
Yeah.
To emphasize Cam Ward, keep it a buck. We asked.
I just, yeah, it just sucks for me. I'm not gonna go ahead and say the Raiders are back. They're not back. Let's
No.
just put that there. All right. This was just a pity 4 p.m. game that no one really was really watching except the people who were watching in the stadium. All right. Like, just being completely honest here.
Watching were the people in this. Literally, the only people watching were the people in the stands. Maybe some people in Tennessee were probably drunk enough to watch this game, and people who have Genty on fantasy, aka me.
Yep. But yeah, man, I want Calvin Ridley to do more, man. He only had 1 reception for 18 yards. That is crazy.
I feel like at this point it might be time to trade Calvin Ridley.
Oh man. Speaking of trade deadline, I think we're gonna have to talk about that maybe next week just to see if like there's anything going on, because I am expecting.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm really hoping that at least one of these episodes during the podcast that we are live, that some breaking news happens. I would want that. Can we take a second talk about the young receivers the Titans have? Yeah, no, it's like, look. I feel like for me personally, when we take a look at it, maybe trading Calvin Ridley is potentially a good deal. You got, I don't want to mispronounce their names, but Ayomanor,
Okonkwo.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, they're doing well, 6 receptions, 46 yards for him. Ayomanor, 3 receptions, 27. I mean, that wasn't that much, but it's still, I mean, at least there are some minor bright spots in here. So, yeah, but it's actually, when you really kind of think about it, when you add like these young guys plus the fact that you got like a veteran in Tyler Lockett and Calvin Ridley, it really shouldn't be that bad. It really shouldn't be, but
oh, don't forget Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson as well, right? 4 receptions, 75 yards, and Tony Pollard, he didn't really, unfortunately, do much, even though he's having an okay season. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, so, I really hope the Titans turn around, but unfortunately, they were basically punting on the season with the fact that they're firing their head coach. So yeah, as mentioned earlier,
and the Raiders are still mid.
the Raiders are below average, and I do not care what anyone says. Don't care. Neptune says those vets are non-existent. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it might be a thing to go ahead and trade them. You know, maybe.
See what you can get out of them. Fuck it.
All right. Now let's talk about the actual slate, the ones that were at least close, and we are going to East Rutherford, New Jersey for last week's Thursday night football. Because what in the world, man? Holy moly. The New York Giants lead, or no, I should say this. Cam Scattervoo and Jaxson Dart lead a giant win over the Eagles, 34-17. Jaxson Dart, 17 of 25 for 195 yards passing with 1 touchdown and 58 rushing yards. Meanwhile, Scattervoo had 19 attempts for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns. Holy moly. These two are electric to watch. And obviously, Dable, I think the NFL is, investigating the potential concussion protocol thingy. But anyways, as Neptune says, my little crash out Cam Scattervoo is here. The CTE RB. Oh man. Oh man. But yeah, there are a lot of people saying about how he's too much on the headbutting, etc. But anyways, the Giants. Man, this was such a convincing win from them, man, especially against these Eagles. But the Eagles defense, oh boy, what are we doing? The Eagles defense definitely took a step back here, but it didn't look like, at least the Eagles offense also. I mean, they looked good in some parts here, but Saquon didn't really have a monstrous game here. 12 attempts for 58 yards only. Jalen Hurts, 24 of 33 for 283 yards with 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and took 3 sacks. Dallas Goedert was the lead receiver with 9 receptions and 110 yards with 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown finally got some stuff going, 6 receptions and 80 yards. And Neptune says in the chat here that he thinks the offense looks like the 2023 Eagles. I agree. I very much agree with that. And just the one last thing as well. The 4 straight tush pushes. Good job, Eagles, because that might have been the time when you potentially get the tush push banned over the next offseason. So, yeah. Other than that, the Giants, man, if they continue to play like this, man, they might actually surprise a lot of people, especially with Dart and Scattervoo being the forefront here. In their defense, man. Oh my goodness. Fucking Belton with the forced fumble here. Phillips with the pick. Oh man, dude. It's just this was a very convincing win from the Giants. As a New Yorker, I'm a Jets fan, but as a New Yorker, this was great to see. But the Eagles, very concerned about the Eagles, man. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the definition of belt to ass.
I agree.
Eagles came into East Rutherford and fucked around and found out. No, I agree. This is looking like the 23 Eagles offense. I would say the second half 23 Eagles offense though, because my God, what the fuck? Saquon couldn't do shit. Jalen Hurts was struggling. Goddard was the bright spot, yeah. But everyone else, what happened to A.J. Brown? What happened to Devontae Smith? Zacchaeus was dropping balls, looking like he was back in Washington. But
Zacchaeus was on the Bears.
Oh, right. Right, wrong game. Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
But them Giants, though, man. Scatterboo, so fun to watch. I think he Dotson. Thank you, Dotson. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, there you go.
Scatterboo might have just earned the RB1 spot. I'm not gonna hold you. Tyrone Tracy, sit on the bench. It's Scatterboo season, baby. Jaxson Dart, we might have beat y'all last week, but my God, y'all are fun. He's fun to watch. I think the Giants found their QB of the future. I'm not gonna hold you.
I agree as well with that. I agree.
And Brandon's here. Yay! Woo!
What's up?
Go ahead and talk about them Giants real quick.
Yeah, talk about the Giants and the Eagles game. Go ahead.
Oh boy, okay, I'll be quick. If I'm the Eagles, I'm pressing the panic button. It's looking bad. Listen, the Eagles. This is their wake up call, right? I think this game is more about how the Giants won rather than how the Eagles lost, in my opinion. Because kind of like what I mean, just hopping into this call, hearing RBN talking about Scatterboo, man. I mean, I saw this dude at Arizona State. I was like, hey, if this dude fits in the right system, he's going to do good. And I think the Giants are the right system for it. And having Jaxson Dart with him, it's going to put off a lot of pressure off of Jaxson as well. Because now if you have an efficient run game with Scatterboo, Jaxson Dart doesn't have to do way too much and be super flashy, even though he is. Because he does remind me of like a younger Russell Wilson in the way he moves, which kind of makes sense, right? But Giants look good. Their O-line looked the best they have all season. Which is well. And it's crazy too. They did all of that without Malik Neighbors. Imagine if Malik Neighbors is on that offense right now.
Oh my God.
So imagine if he was on that offense, man. But now we're talking about the Eagles, bro. It's looking bad. The Eagles secondary is pretty cooked. Besides DeJean and Mitchell, their slot corners are looking bad.
Yeah.
Adoree Jackson and Ringo, bro, they got to step it up, man, because they are looking bad when it comes to inside throws and like in zone coverages and stuff like that. And let me tell you, man, teams are learning how to stop in Saquon too, because we haven't seen Saquon have like a good rushing game at all yet. So it's getting loud.
That Giants front four put on a masterclass on how to stop Saquon.
Yep, absolutely. So it's getting loud in Philly. I think Eagles fans are already calling for Sirianni's job again. Again. So we'll see how it looks going forward. I think the Eagles face the Vikings next, so we'll see how it goes. But hey, man, Giants are looking good. And last thing too, it's so weird. The NFC East is now like wide open. I don't know who's going to come off on top at this point.
I actually agree with that, because with the Eagles, like, I feel like for me, the Eagles are probably going to go at some point during the season. They're probably gonna go on like a renaissance of like, you know, we're back, you know, we're the former defending Super Bowl champions, you know. I feel like at some point they're gonna get that mojo back, but like right now, I think I agree. It might be just wide open here.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, that rookie safety on the Eagles is looking good. Mukuba, that's his name. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't look that bad. Excuse me, but
Mukuba looked fine. Probably the only bright spot on that secondary, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Let's move on to the next game here. Let's move on to the next game. And the next... Oh, no. Oh, boy.
Oh,
no. What we got?
It's the London game, isn't it?
Oh, no. All right, well, let me take a seat.
All right. All right, guys.
Point, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, guys.
All right, Jack. Buckle up.
All right. Let's talk about this game that apparently set football back 30 years.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no. This is literally what people were saying after this game ended. The Broncos skirts past against an ugly game over the Jets in London. And just to all the people who were based in the UK, who lives in the UK, who went to this game and watched this abomination of this game, I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry. Really quickly, because Neptune in the chat, he is a Broncos fan, but it's okay, man. You know, it's okay. I wish I could talk to you about this game. At some point, man, you got to get on here. You know, we got to get on this podcast. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's talk about the Broncos really quick. They should not be happy about this win.
I agree.
They
I
almost
agree.
lost this game. Like,
I fully agree.
it wasn't until like 5 minutes left into the game where the Broncos were still down against the Jets 11-10. All right, but the Broncos. No, yeah, I think the Bo Nix thing, like the sophomore slump, is actually really happening. 19 of 30 for 174 yards for 1 touchdown. He got sacked 1 time. J.K. Dobbins didn't, unfortunately, really do much. Evan Ingram was somehow the lead receiver over everybody. I mean, what are you gonna do, man? But first things first, I feel like people are... Look, before the season, I was very high on the Broncos. But it's very clear to me that even if the Broncos are 4-2 right now, they really are struggling, especially that offense. That defense, though, as Neptune says, their bright spot right now is definitely the defense. Definitely shut us down. Definitely, But first things first, the Broncos should not be happy about this win in the slightest. Okay, y'all need to fix some things over there. Now let's talk about my fucking New York Jets.
Oh no.
So, Neptune said, what's crazy is that they are still the best in the NFC West right now. Yeah, as of right now. But we'll talk about them later. But anyways, let's talk about my fucking New York Jets. How do I say this? So the Jets are 0-6. We are 0-6 now. And I remember, once again, if you guys tuned in last week, you would know that I said specifically that if the Jets lost this game and they would lose the next game against Carolina, which is this upcoming week, then I would have said, fuck it. Tank. Go 0-17, get the first overall pick. Just do it. Just do it that way. All right? Just do it. Go ahead and do it. At that point, I wouldn't really care what the Jets do at that point. It's just a matter of going 0-17 and get the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. So right now that is 1 for 2. We are almost there. We're halfway through that. So if we lose on Sunday, I want 0-17. In terms of this damn team, dude, oh my goodness. The end of the first half was probably the worst I've ever seen in terms of clock management. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. Aaron Glenn, I'm talking to you, buddy. I don't care what anyone says, man. You snap that ball and you at least try to attempt a Hail Damn Mary. Why didn't we do that? How come for some reason there were like 34 seconds left on the clock on a 4th down and 1? You guys just go ahead and run it out. Hello, we got one play left. At least one play left, And if you really wanted to, you might as well go ahead and get a quick first out and then stop the clock, spike it and then try to do something else. The end of the first half gave me such a migraine, and it was like at 10 a.m. in the morning. Oh my God, it was so bad. Literally, my rant in our chats, it was all in caps because I almost never do that, by the way. I almost never do that. But I did that because I was pissed off at Aaron Glenn for literally letting that clock run out at the end of the first half with 34 seconds left to go. 34. All right. Now, in regards to everything else, everything else, I'm just going to go ahead and put a stat up here. The Jets are -10 passing yards. That's the fewest in a game since 1998. How was that possible? Justin Fields played absolutely terrible, man. I don't think this man actually might just not be fit to be a starting quarterback. And I'm really starting to see it now at this point. Somehow, some way, when the season started back week 1, somehow Justin Fields playing against that Steelers defense was the peak of his Jets career. Crazy how that works. Crazy. And then it just doesn't help how Aaron Glenn says, after the game, someone asked him, hey, is Justin Fields going to be your quarterback next week? He says, come on, man, what kind of question is that? Aaron Glenn, it is a very valid question. Come on, buddy. Tyrod Taylor can play better quarterback than Justin Fields, and that man is older. Come on. What are we doing? And now it doesn't help that Breece Hall is saying on Instagram, he says hashtag free 20. Bro wants to be traded.
Oh, no, he said that?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't see that.
He said that.
He said that. He definitely wants to be traded at this point. So with 3 weeks left into the NFL trade deadline, bro, I swear to God, if I see a breaking news, Jets have traded Breece Hall to the blah, 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 get pissed off. I'm going to get pissed off. But unfortunately, at this point, this is probably just the best move. We can't do shit. We can't do anything. We literally can't do anything. If he wants to go ahead and go to a playoff team, please do so. Save your career. Save it. I don't have any more words to say about how frustrating this game was to watch. Somehow, some way, there was something in me that just told me, we're still losing this game. It don't matter if we're up 1 point. Come on. Oh my God, dude. Just so bad. Just so freaking bad. How is Josh Reynolds the lead receiver with 25 yards? Come on. Get real. This is not a team built to win at all at the moment. And so I think for me personally, if we have to start making the hard decisions at this point, especially with the draft, with the trade deadline upcoming, start doing it. Start dealing these players. At this point, we might as well. You know, at least at this point, you might as well get something for them. The Jets are an abomination. The Jets are an absolute abomination now. And once again, I will just echo what I said a few minutes ago. If we lose on Sunday, I'm punting the season. 0-17. I want it at that point. And also, by the way, I'm not really quite sure as to why certain fan bases are poking fun or making fun of the Jets. First off, please stay in your lane and worry about your own competition. All right? Why are you going ahead and picking up scraps about the New York Jets? We are literally dirt scraps in the trash can. Do not talk about us. Talk about your competition. Anyways, that is my rant. For you two, please keep it short because we need to move on.
RVO, you want to start?
I mean, he pretty much said a lot of what I wanted to say, but I will say
true.
this.
He
Hold
said
on. I will say this is probably the best the Jets defense has looked in quite some time. However, I will agree with one thing. Justin Fields, I mean, he just didn't really have a whole lot of time to throw the ball. But when you're going up against one of the best defenses in the league, it's kind of hard for somebody like Justin Fields, especially a Justin Fields with next to no with like traffic cones as O lines. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
9 sacks.
9 sacks.
That's oh boy, and I'm not gonna lie. The way y'all took the lead with the holding in the end zone, like you know what, that just perfectly represents that game. I don't know what happened with Justin, man. I feel bad. It's I don't know. Yeah, if I'm a Broncos fan like Neptune, I would not be happy at that win. I would not.
Yeah.
I know a win's a win, but that's bad. So and I know we'll talk about our future picks later, but we'll see how they do against like my Panthers, man.
Something's got to change on both teams.
Something's got to change.
I will say that before we move on, I would have changed the topic to Broncos escape London with an ugly ass win over the Jets.
Oh yeah,
that's just
what was this stat? It was a stat since like 1984 or something. It was like the first game since like then of like negative net passing yards. I forgot what it was.
1998.
I believe it's his first time since 1998.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God. That's how you know it don't happen often. So, I don't know. If I'm in the UK, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry if I watched this game.
If you were in the UK and you happened to
We
be
are
in Tottenham for that game, go get your money back, bro. Matter of fact, get hazard pay while you're at it.
Yeah, we're sorry.
We are very sorry. We are very sorry. Okay, but anyways, let's move on to the next game here. Well, this is a game that is going to be talked about by a certain somebody, and if anything, it's perfect timing that Brandon that you are here because
Yes, sir.
the Panthers win a close game over the Dallas Cowboys, 30-27. So, obviously, once again, we've been doing this for the past couple of weeks now. I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor, and then I'm going to go ahead and say something on behalf of Emmett since he messaged me about something earlier today. Go ahead.
Oh boy. Well, I'll start. Yeah, I'll start first. Chat. Let me tell you, man. A lot of us Panthers fans, we didn't have that much confidence going into this game, right? Because Dak's been on a roll like that, and he played well this game too. Dak's been on a roll. You know, George Pickett's been on a roll. But if there was one thing we were looking forward to, is that we're like, well, we know the Cowboys' run defense is their weakest link on defense right now, and we know Rico Dowdle went over 200 the week prior, and this is a revenge game for him. It's like if he can somehow replicate that, we have a chance. And boy, did he replicate that. And man, and I will say this first. I'm gonna say this first. I was one of those Panthers fans that didn't really believe in Rico Dowdle coming here based on what we saw of the Cowboys. I will fully admit that I was wrong. I am fully on the Rico Dowdle train. I am fully on it. I apologize. He is a former South Carolina Gamecock as well. So obviously where I'm from. So I fully apologize on behalf of the Panther Nation that didn't believe in him. We knew he was a good player, but we didn't know he could do that. But besides the point, the game was a little bit rocky at the start. You know, our defense is still, you know, pretty butt cheeks right now. Our run defense is actually one of the strongest defense on our side. We can stop the run with Derek Brown, Bobby Brown, our two rookies, and Princey and Scorton. And obviously our lockdown CBs are great. It's just our interior that we couldn't get going. But the fact that we could stop Jaden Blue and all these guys was pretty good. But Dak still did what he could do. Throw the ball to George Pickens, throw the ball to Fournette. I mean, he did his thing with doing that. But what really came down to it was really the fourth quarter, especially that fourth down where Bryce Young threw to Hunter Renfrow in that short window. That would kind of seal us the game there. And let me tell you, that last drive with Bryce Young, where we went for like 10 for 10, 100 yards, perfect passer rating, that kind of solidifies of why we drafted him number one, is for those big time moments. Because that man went to Alabama. We know he could do big moments like that. Is now, can he stay consistent, right? But we can see now that the Panthers love Dave Canales. They love doing what he's doing. He's really bringing in a good culture there. And Dan Morgan, our general manager, he is cooking. He's cooking. So Larlar, I can officially say that I'm off the panic button. I think us Panthers fans are off the panic button. We are looking really good, which is nice. You know, and T-Mac, bro, he scored 2 touchdowns in his first and scored his first 2 touchdowns, looking good.
Yeah,
Jimmy
McMillan.
Horn's looking great. Yeah, Jimmy Horn's looking fantastic. We get Chuba Hubbard back next week, which I will say, I don't know why there are some Panthers fans saying, "Oh, we got Rico Dowdle, get rid of Chuba Hubbard." Like, no, let's just do like what the Lions are doing.
Yeah.
Like, let's just do what the Lions are doing. Let's have a 1-2 punch. Like, Rico's really more of a third down back, but you know, just let's do a 1-2 punch with that. And we get Jalen Coker back as well, which is just another weapon for Bryce. So it's looking good. It's looking real good right now. We are one of 3 teams that are undefeated at home this season so far. So we're looking good. I will say, like I said, on the Cowboys side, Dak looked great as always. It's just that run defense on the Cowboys, man. It's just what it is. And I know Emmett has something on behalf of you, but that's my thoughts there. We look good. O-line played phenomenal as well. When our top 2 starting O-line is out, so we look good, man. This is definitely the happiest I've been since 2015. I said it.
Holy shit. No. RBM, really quickly before you go ahead and say what you're going to say. Emmett sent me a tweet from Ed Werder, and this is basically all he wanted to go ahead and echo. Because what I was going to say is that Dak can't be the only person doing everything.
I agree.
He is 25 of 34 for 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is probably the best season Dak Prescott has had in a while. And that's saying something. I'm just going to say this right now. I am very impressed with Dak. He is playing lights out. He is 2-3-1 right now, but I swear to God, you could probably flip a couple of those numbers around, and he would, and probably add remove the tie and whatnot. He probably has a winning record if he had a competent defense. Now, in regards to what Emmett sent me, he sent me this tweet. Once again from Ed Werder. He says, "This speaks to how bad the Cowboys defense has been and the consequences for team. Since quarterback starts were first tracked in 1950, Dak Prescott is the first quarterback to have 11 or more passing and rush touchdowns, 0 turnovers, and a non-winning record over a 3-start span per ESPN research."
That's crazy.
That is nuts. All right. And that's all Emmett sent me. He didn't really send me like everything else. He just went ahead and sent me. But if I had to go ahead and echo what he was talking about on Sunday, it was basically just craziness over the defense and how bad it is. Because, right, once again, Dak Prescott balling out, George Pickens balling out, 9 receptions, 168 yards, 1 touchdown. He is balling the hell out, and George Pickens is great. He's looking great. And now CeeDee Lamb, by the way, we're going to get to him later, I think. But CeeDee Lamb is on track to potentially come back this upcoming week. So good on the offense. But, oh, God, man. This defense for the Cowboys is something. We have to move on, though. But, so, yeah, RBM, keep it short.
The only way I can kind of say this is that Dak Prescott is being Tony Romo'd before our very eyes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man, that is crazy to say.
Wow.
Oh,
it's crazy,
man.
but I mean,
That's
am
crazy.
I wrong?
That's crazy. That is crazy, but yeah, you're not unfortunately wrong. But yeah, I mean, oh man, I'm so proud of Dak though. I'm actually proud because this man is balling out, but it's just, dude, the defense needed to be so better.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, what are we doing?
You know?
What are we doing? All right, let's move on though.
Yeah.
Moving on now. Oh, interesting here. So, here's another. Once again, this is another team who advanced to 5-1, but the Indiana Jones and the Colts outlast the Brissett-led Cardinals. Kyler Murray did not play in this game. However, Brissett was balling. 27 of 44 for 320 yards with 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, took 2 sacks. Zay Jones was big here. Trey McBride was big here. Harrison left with an injury, unfortunately. He's still in concussion protocol last time I saw. So the Cardinals did not look that bad with Brissett here at the helm, you know, which I think speaks a lot about Kyler Murray anyways. But the Colts, though, it was a little tight. It was a little tight. It got a little scary in the third quarter, though. So Daniel Jones, 22 of 30, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 1 sack. Jonathan Taylor just continues to have an amazing season, man. This is probably his best season since his rookie year or something like that. 21 attempts, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. Tyler Warren continues to be a bright spot for the Colts. Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman. Colts continue to roll, guys. But honestly, I'm kind of impressed with the Cardinals because with Brissett there, they didn't look that bad.
We're going to have a talk about Kyler Murray.
Oh, no.
Not today, but I know where that could potentially go.
Yeah, because if the Cardinals are doing that with Brissett against a white-hot Indiana Colts team, bruh. What does that say about Kyler?
I mean, yeah, I do think Jacoby probably had a little bit of like a revenge set to him because he was facing the Colts. I do think he probably had a little bit of a vengeance with him. But no, I mean, kind of like what you said, Larlar. I mean, he did his thing because when you're a backup QB, your job is just to hold down the ship, right? That's basically just your job, and he did that. I didn't watch too much of this game, but yeah, I think Daniel Jones is still playing better than what he was on the Giants, right? And Jonathan Taylor, he's leading the running backs in rushing yards right now. So
Yeah, Daniel Jones is playing lights out football.
yeah, and that's all you need. Now, and I know we'll probably talk about this later, and it doesn't really have the effect of this game, but I don't think we need to have a talk about Kyler. I think we need to have a talk about Anthony Richardson. That's what I think that we might need to have a talk about.
Yeah,
but we'll probably talk about that.
I think we've been talked about him, bro. He cooked.
I think we might talk about that later when it comes to like more news. But besides that, Colts look good still. I think they face the Chargers next, which will be a really good test for them. So
that's gonna be a really good test.
And if I'm the Cardinals, man, I don't know. Cardinals are still that weird team to me. It's like they're not bad, but they're also not like good. You know what I mean? It's just like that weird team for me. So
they're mid.
Yeah, basically the definition of so that's my thought.
I was gonna say there was somebody who went down before the game started. Who was that?
Tre'Davious Ward.
Yeah, Tre'Davious Ward went down with a head injury, so he was ruled out before the game even started.
It was wild itself.
Now, yeah, which is kind of crazy. But Richardson, apparently he had an eye injury or something, right?
Yep.
And
it was bad. Oblique. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like what? Oh my goodness. I feel like he's gonna get traded, though.
He is 1,000% gonna get traded.
I'll be shocked. All right. But yeah, the Colts, red hot. They're continuing. The Cardinals, I don't know, man. Well, we'll just have to see and continue. All right. Let's move on to the next game here. What is this? Oh, okay. So yeah, let's move on to the next game here. Let's stay in the AFC South because the team who at least impressed me didn't really impress me this time around, but the Seahawks went on the road and won against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sam Darnold balling out though, 16-27 for 295 yards, 2 touchdowns, took 1 sack. The run game didn't really do much, but JSN, oh my goodness, man, 8 receptions, 162 yards for 1 touchdown. A.J. Barner also helped there. Cooper Kupp got a touchdown, but he only got 2 receptions for 40 yards, but that's okay, I guess. He got a touchdown at least. Trevor Lawrence sacked 7 times here. Big time. That defense for the Seattle Seahawks looking better and better every single week. Brian Thomas, 8 receptions for 90 yards here, so that's at least a bright spot. But Trevor Lawrence got sacked 7 times. It's just the continued inconsistency about the Jacksonville Jaguars here, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we got to have serious talks about how Sam Darnold's legit, like in the MVP conversation. Because
whoa.
Here's the thing.
That's kind of a hot take.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's I think he's like top 5 when it comes to like that. Because, yeah, I think we know that Baker's probably going to be like number 1 leading right now. But Sam Darnold, bro, I don't think he's had one. Has he had like a bad game? No, obviously he's had like turnovers, but I don't think he's had like a bad game. And he's doing what he's basically told is just go to Seattle, throw to his best receivers and best targets, which he's been doing. And the defense is holding up with it as well. So, and on the Jaguars side, this is what I said last podcast. It's like there's something missing with the Jaguars. I'm not seeing. I'm not ready to hop on that bandwagon train yet. And I think this game kind of tells it.
Unfortunately, I agree. I agree with that.
Right, because I also think as well, they traded for Greg Newsome. They traded with this Browns trade. They traded for Greg Newsome. I forgot who they traded back. And guess who was on that JSN bomb? Greg Newsome. So he got burnt.
Yeah.
So, and when he was meant to kind of stop that, right? I get it. He's on a new team, still learning a system. but he's meant to stop those like deep passes and don't let anybody behind them. And Trevor getting sacked 7 times, not good, right? It's not good. So congrats to Seattle. Seattle's looking really, really good. I know Seattle fans are really happy about what's going on, but yeah, that's my thoughts with that.
Oh yeah, Seattle fans are elated. That defense lit up Trevor. Seattle lit up. That defense lit up Trevor Lawrence. They pretty much humbled Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas, yeah, he was a bright spot, but Travis Etienne couldn't get anything going. Sam Darnold, though, he looked solid. He looked solid. Yeah.
I think we really have to start a conversation about Sam Darnold actually like being a great quarterback now. Like he is actually a great quarterback.
Well, people keep forgetting.
Yeah,
People keep forgetting he was a number 3 pick in the 18 draft. Yeah,
Yes.
because it was Baker.
Yeah.
It was Baker, then Saquon, then Sam Darnold. So he was a number 3 pick.
I don't think anybody had doubts about him being a bad quarterback. It's just he was in a bad system where he got drafted, and
Right.
ever since
Yeah.
leaving that system, it's like I was like, okay, well, we had doubts, but that was back when he was a Jet and Adam Gase happened, and yeah. But
Seeing ghosts.
now that he's out of that system, him going to Minnesota, probably the best thing that's ever happened to him.
That's
'Cause, like,
that's how he got paid.
yeah, and now he's given Seattle their return on investment. So far so good for Seattle.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this right now as a Jets fan. I definitely had doubts on Sam Darnold. If anything, the Jets fan base was really actually talking about how that one game against the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers led Green Bay Packers back in 2018, was like one of the probably like first games where we saw a lot of bright spots from him. But unfortunately, it just never worked out with us. Then again, that just never. It always happens with us. But
Well, he didn't work out with the Panthers either. So
yeah, it didn't happen with the Panthers. But yeah, Neptune says here, I think that it has before the Vikings. Sam showed out in Carolina. I just like KOC is just a magician with how he works with quarterbacks, I guess. And yeah, I'm honestly kind of happy that Sam is balling out. And yeah, the Seahawks can honestly be a force to reckon with here because when we really think about the NFC West, like excluding the Cardinals, that could be like an easy division to where 3 teams can get in. But yeah, it's going to be a dogfight for sure. But yeah, Darnold has definitely impressed me. This entire Seattle defense has also just very much impressed me. But yeah, unfortunately, I took the Jaguars too high this time around. I really thought that after that win against the Chiefs that they actually went ahead and will probably do something. But unfortunately, Lawrence just continued to show inconsistencies with his game. And yeah, so hopefully he figures that out sooner rather than later. But yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game here. Because this one completely forgot to add a certain person into this, but let's see if he's available right now. Dolphins. So,
oh boy.
The let's see if he shows up, but we are going to go ahead and start off the conversation between never mind. He is here.
There
King
he is.
is hello,
Yes,
hello.
sir.
So the Chargers win off of a game-winning field goal against the Miami Dolphins 29-27. And because King is here, I'm going to go ahead and let him have the floor. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, like, besides the turnovers, this wasn't a terrible game.
Yeah, it
Like,
wasn't.
it really wasn't.
It wasn't.
Now, the same problems that I've been spewing for the past, how many freaking weeks are we at? 6 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same problems. The O-line sucks. The defensive line sucks. The entire defense sucks. And the only people that actually seem to be doing anything are Achane, Waddle, and Darren Waller. Those are the only people that seem to actually do anything. And now that I see that we're possibly shopping Jalen Waddle, which makes me sad. Yeah, I figured we're just going full rebuild. I really want Chris Greer to get fired. But when it comes to this game, it truly came down to Tua had a fantastic game-winning drive, and then 47 seconds left on the clock, and I knew damn well, okay, that's too much time. And Jalen Phillips missing the sack that let Herbert throw the dart of 2 yards to Ladd McConkey, and Ladd McConkey did 99% of the work.
Yep.
It's just depressing. Like, how much potential is actually here in this on this team, and they just can't do a shit. They can't do anything. Like, I really don't know what else to say. It's truly sad.
I have a question.
Sure.
So did you, so I'm assuming that you saw what Tua said after the game. So, and he apologized today. Yeah. So what were your thoughts on that?
That was absolutely maddening. Like, here's the thing: is that 2-3 years ago, the first couple of years of his tenure, he wasn't the guy who had clips at the press conference. He was pretty stoic. He was Jalen Hurts-esque. Just, yeah, we're all doing what we can. We all gonna, like, I want him back. Like, I liked when that guy was firing shots at media because it never happened. Now he's always doing it, and it's getting absurd because it feels like he's getting cocky.
Right.
When he's 1-5 and not even remotely in the conversation for top half of best quarterbacks in the league. Like, he's losing his position as the second best quarterback in this league to Drake May.
Oh God.
Which makes me sick.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, there's not much to say about this game. It's the same as the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Its O-line is bad, defense is bad, and I'm blaming Chris Greer for it all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and Tua did apologize. I think today. I think I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't give a shit. Like, you don't say that ever. Like, even if you think
you really don't.
Like, yay, you're taking responsibility for dumb shit you say, but you also have been in this league for 5 years, and you know not to say this shit. Like, you're not going to blame your teammates for not showing up when you threw 3 interceptions. Now, one of them I'm not going to fucking give too much crap over, and let me be clear, that's the one that happened in the last play of the game. I still care about that first interception. As much as everyone's saying, oh, it wasn't his fault. It's like, no, I still kind of blame you. Like, that ball shouldn't be going in and out of Jalen Waddle's hands. That ball shouldn't be thrown into an area where there's 1 Dolphin and 3 Chargers.
Yeah.
Like, Waddle should have absolutely caught that ball, but I don't think Tua should have thrown it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not blaming Tua for the loss. Like, he wasn't the reason he got the game. He did a game-winning drive, which is something if he had done in the past 3 weeks would have helped improve our record. But he did it in a game where it truly didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of games, Tua has not been like you said, King, like at fault in terms of like the game being lost. But I do think it's just what's around him, right? It's like if the O-line is just a tad bit better, just a tad, you get a run game of Achane. Like you saw Achane run for that 54-yarder or whatever.
I think it was like 48-yarder.
Yeah.
Yep. 49.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So, like, if that's just consistent all game, boom, you get a running game, right? Defensive wise, now granted, y'all got so many injuries on the secondary portion, and the interior of the defense ain't that the best either. I mean, yeah, you got Bradley Chubb, like yeah, you got Jordan Phillips, but those are your edge guys. Now, who's going to protect the middle? Like, who's going to stop the middle? It's just stuff like that.
That's the thing, because Jalen Phillips had a pretty good game, even though he missed the sack, which,
Yeah, but that'll cost you,
Yeah, that was irritating, not gonna lie. But the reason why we lost that game is because the 2 first-round picks are the 2 worst players on the team. I'm not the 2 first-round picks. The first and the second-round pick of this draft this year are the worst players on the team. Our second-round guard is the worst offensive lineman in the league, and our defensive tackle has no fucking impact. I don't know what else to say.
Neptune says here in the chat, I think Tua is going through some things. I think the start that he has and the expectations put on his shoulders messed with him, and the injuries don't help.
And the whole Tyreek situation at the off season too.
I mean, Tyreek, absolutely. That's a horrible. That's just a horrible situation. But I mean, the offense wasn't terrible without him on Sunday.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It
wasn't.
Like, the problems with the offense were 3 picks. Now, those 3 picks aren't nullified if Tyreek Hill's on the field, in my opinion. But, Tua can do with what he's got. He doesn't, I think he needs Tyreek to be great, but he doesn't need Tyreek to be a winning player, a winning quarterback. But this defense is the reason we can't win. It doesn't matter how many, unless Tua is not scoring 35 points a game, he can't do that. And the defense isn't allowing less than 30 points a game.
Gotcha.
I agree.
I don't know. We're punting. We're punting. I think it's if Jalen Waddle actually does get traded here, then first of all, I'm going to be depressed. But that tells me, okay, we're breaking it down and we're moving on.
Right. Anything else as we got to move on to the next game?
Nope. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank you, King.
Thanks, King.
Hi, King.
All right, guys, let's move on here to the next game here. Unfortunately, the other quarterback that King mentioned there a couple of minutes ago, we have to unfortunately talk about this other fucking AFC East team that is also 4-2, who is also leading the division as well, which kind of sickens me. But the Patriots escaped New Orleans with a win, 25-19. What are we doing, man? Why are the Patriots good? All right, this is just me as a Jets fan. Why are the Patriots good right now? Anyways, Drake May is balling out. I hate seeing that. Oh, my God. Go ahead, RBM.
We tried, bruh. We couldn't stop Stephon Diggs. But, I mean, I'll say this. Rattler, Spencer looked good. I'm not going to hold you. He might not have had any touchdowns, but he didn't turn the ball over. He's not dog water, thank God. I think it's just the personnel around him. Olave, I'll admit he didn't have his best game. I would say he's as good as Carr was before he left. I would say he's a little better. But yeah, Kellen Moore is a magician. I agree. I think it's so tough because we're doing so much on offense. We're doing as much as we can. Spencer Rattler is doing his best, but for some fucking reason, it's just never enough. Our defense couldn't stop Drake May to save their damn life. We couldn't stop fucking Stephon Diggs. Of course, Stephon Diggs lives in our head rent fucking free, as he always does. I'll give Drake May his props. He did what he needed to do. He gave the ball to Stephon Diggs, let him go ham. That's all I gotta say about that. Y'all can have fun with the rest.
Man, I mean, y'all were within the game, like towards midway.
Really were though.
I mean,
We
yeah, I
were.
mean,
We
yeah,
were, and then just
yeah.
everything just prolapsed.
See, now I think now with the Saints, it's like, all right, we know they can fight, but can they finish the fight? You know, it's like I feel like once they get ahead, once y'all get ahead, it's like, all right, let's back it off a little bit. Like, nah, like keep on punching it down, kind of like what you did with the Giants, right? Y'all just kept on punching and punching because we see Spencer Rattler. I think Spencer Rattler is finally getting more comfortable now. I think
agree with
he
that.
found the game plan.
I
He
agree with
found
that as well. Yeah.
what's going on. Now what's missing is like what Kamara used to do. You don't see those. You'll see flashes here and there with Kamara, but I think it also has to do with the O line as well. It's like a good O line game, kind of same with the Dolphins. It's like kind of go with that. Boom, keeps going.
Yeah, but some of our O line keep getting hurt.
That's the thing, and just try to get Chris Olave in the game. Try to get Shaheed back in there like a little bit as well. But then with the defense, right? It's like same thing with the defense. Is if you have safety help over the top, like obviously it stops those deep passes because that's what Drake May was doing. He was just chugging the ball down the field to like Rasul Douglas and Stephon. So
Yeah, we couldn't stop. We couldn't stop him. Our secondary is missing something.
yeah, I think that's just what it is. Yeah, it's just secondary help over the top and. Try to get a competent like run game going. So other than that, I do because I like Spencer Rattler, also a former Gamecock. But that's just how it be.
Oh God, why are the Patriots good
agree.
right now, man? Why?
Well, I mean, I'll give Drake May his credit. He was
Drake
spreading the ball
May
pretty good.
is balling. I hate it so much.
Yes,
I hate it.
Drake May and
Not to mention Christian Gonzalez was locking up Olave. He was locking up Shaheed on a few plays.
Kevin
We just
Butte
couldn't get anything go.
Butte,
Burrito's doing pretty good.
Yeah, 5 receptions, 93 yards for 2 tuds. That's really good. Oh
yeah,
man,
we couldn't
dude.
stop him either.
Dude, the Patriots might actually just be. Oh man, they are actually like balling though. They look really good, man.
They might be back.
They might actually be back. No. All right. Anyways, let's move on to the next game. So here is another great win here. We have the Bucs. We have the Bucs make a statement win over the Niners, 30-19. Baker Mayfield, my MVP. All right. 17 for 23, 256 yards for 2 touchdowns, took a sack. That's perfectly fine. Had 14 rushing as well. Got a lot of people injured, but they are 5-1 right now, all right? The Bucs right now are a force to be reckoned with, especially with MVP Baker Mayfield at the helm, okay? Now, in regards to Mac Jones didn't play that bad either. He did unfortunately have 2 picks. He also took 6 sacks, but 27-39, 347 yards. McCaffrey taking a lot of the load. Kendrick Bourne, 5 receptions, 142 yards. This was honestly a back and forth, but then the Bucs kind of just took off with it, especially in the third and fourth and the final quarter. So, yeah, but the Bucs, man, guys, the Bucs, they're so freaking good, man. They're so good.
It's crazy. RBM and I, we aren't the biggest of Bucs fans. But let me tell you, man. Let me. I'll start off with this. Baker is without his starting running back.
Yup.
His starting 1, 2, 3, and 4 wide receivers. Mike Evans, Chris Walker, Chris Godwin, Ibuka, and McMillan. All out. He's also without his starting, I think, right guard and left guard, I believe.
Yup. Werfs.
And you know what? I hate to say it, people without all of that, people are saying he's looking like Buccaneers Tom Brady, and I
Whoa.
actually kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Let's calm down there a little bit.
Not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. And what? All right. Now, what was the Now, let me tell you, man. Even with his out 4 starting wide receivers, they still got good wide receivers. Tez Johnson, right? He's out of Oregon. Man had a phenomenal deep catch, right?
What a
He
catch
has
and
the
flip.
speed. Right, he has the speed of all of that. I mean, he got K-Dot and he got the I forgot the other dude's first name, but also Johnson. And especially that one rush where it looked like Baker was going to be sacked for a loss of like 11 yards and then gain all the way to the first down, and he was just so fired up. I'm like, that is the Baker Mayfield that that came out of Oklahoma. And I'll give Baker his credit. He said, like, look, man, I've been playing the same style since I first got in the NFL. Like, when I first got in the NFL, people said I was cocky. I'm still doing things now. People think I'm a dog. I'm like, you know what? Like, yeah, like, Bugger's doing good. And you know me, like, I hate the Bucs with a passion, but I do like Baker Mayfield as a player. So I'm really good at Baker Mayfield's doing that. And the 49ers, man, I think the injuries and God, it freaking sucks because they also lost Fred Warner this game as
They
well
did,
for the rest of the season. Which freaking sucks. And you just saw how the Bucs just ran all over them right after Fred Warner was out. But I truly think this game is where I saw the 49ers injuries are kind of coming up to them. Granted, Mac Jones, they keep him in there for a fight, what I do respect. But I do think that the 49ers injuries are now coming up on him. I mean, my man Greg Jennings said he's playing with 5 broken ribs. I'm like, what are we doing?
That's
like, what
crazy.
are we doing? I'm like, and why is he out there? I'm like, what?
Yep.
Like, what are they doing? So, Bucs look good, man, and I think we can all agree that Baker's probably number 1 in the MVP race right now. I think that I think he's up there. If not number 1, top 3 for sure.
I don't care what FanDuel says. He is number 1 in my books. Anyways.
Yeah, I think Baker's number 1 in my book right now. So Bucs look good. Yeah, Bucs look good. 49ers, man, they just got to get. It just depends on who comes back. To see where they're at. I hate that they lost Fred Warner because now they lost their 2 starting defensive stars, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa on defense. So
yeah,
it's gonna be bad.
I've been saying this since day one about Baker. I've been probably one of his biggest supporters, even when he was in Oklahoma. Like, Baker is just a dog, and I've been saying this to his critics. I've been saying this to his supporters. I think I even tweeted it at Baker Mayfield at one point. I even told him, like, dude, you're a dog. You're going to be somebody in this league. And he's proven me right.
Yeah.
49ers, on the other hand, they continue to pay the blood toll.
It's looking shaky starting now. I'm not going to lie. But
I think we really need to have a talk about the 49ers strength and conditioning.
No, absolutely.
Oh, their coach? Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The team? Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad over there. I don't know what's going on.
I will say though, they are looking to get Brock Purdy and George Kittle back next week.
Oh, that is true.
So there's a chance that the 49ers, while they're not down and out, something tells me the 49ers might bounce back.
Yep.
But we'll see.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next game here. We have the Green Bay Packers off of a bye, and they win in Joe Flacco's Bengals debut 27-18. Now, let me say this right now, man. The Bengals offense looked better with Joe Flacco at the helm, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. 29-45 for 219 yards, 2 touchdowns from Joe Flacco. One of them was to Jamar Chase. The other one was to Hudson. So the Bengals at least looked better here. You know, it didn't look like a travesty like how Jake Browning did. But the Packers defense specifically, I mean, it's looking good. Continues to look good. They're off of a bye. Jordan Love played okay, but Josh Jacobs stole the show. 18 attempts for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, they're back. Packers are back. Still one of the best teams, I think.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You think so?
You don't think so?
Dude, it's Ooh, this is the Bengals we're talking about. They shouldn't have been kept this game this close.
Come on, man.
Granted, they did score in garbage time, but you know, the Packers aren't as strong as they were week 1, week 2, when we all thought they were Super Bowl contenders, right? I kind of hopped off that train. Yes,
Come
I do think
on.
Jordan Love did his job, but the Packers pass rush, it's been disappointing the last couple of weeks. With Micah included, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they changed to like a 4-3 or to like a 4-5 type scheme, but something ain't working. Like, they're not blitzing the quarterback or getting to the quarterback as much as people expect to. So,
Well, I think the thing is, like, since they're without Devontae Wyatt, they're not blitzing as much. They're starting to play more zone.
yeah, which could be the case. Which could be definitely the case. I agree with you there. But I don't know. I don't think they're all the way back. That's just me. So,
Oh, I agree.
that's
They're
my
not all the
opinion.
way back, but they're back.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I think the
That's
Packers
my
did.
opinion.
I think the Packers did a serviceable job. Of course, it's hard to stop receivers like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, regardless of who the quarterback is. But the Packers did what they needed to do. They got the win. Simple as that. The Bengals defense, they couldn't stop Josh Jacobs.
Continue to look terrible.
Yep.
It continues to look very bad.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, honestly, not really much to say here, but yeah, I still think the Packers are still really good, man. Yeah.
They lead the NFC North, so what does that tell you?
To end this though, I feel like we have to ask a question here. I know the Bengals are 2-4, but I do think that Flacco being at the helm now, I think is going to give them more of a chance.
I think so.
I
Because
agree.
you have a more experienced QB at the helm now, whereas Jake Browning was just being a clipboard holder for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So,
all right, that's fine. All right, moving on to the next game, which is Sunday Night Football. Oh, buddy.
oh brother,
Guys,
Uh-huh.
I'll just say this right now, but the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They win against the Lions 30-17. Now, there were some questionable calls here. All right. There were a lot of questionable calls in this game, such as that BS illegal motion on Jared Goff. But anyways, Chiefs win at 30-17, guys. I think the Chiefs are all the way back. They get Rashee Rice this upcoming week. This man, Patrick Mahomes, 22-30, 257 yards for 3 touchdowns, took 3 sacks, but that man's still Mahomes, still Mahomes. Dome. Travis Kelce, 6 receptions for 78 yards. Marquise Brown took 2 of the touchdowns, and Xavier Worthy had the other. Guys, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. The Lions here, I'm not concerned. I don't think anybody should be concerned. That defense, though, definitely needs some work. But then again, they did have some missing pieces on defense. But what are you guys' thoughts?
I was gonna say that secondary is down to like YMCA corners at this point.
It reminds me of last season.
Yeah, it's definitely given me like flashbacks to last season where your starting quarters go down. You're having to rely on like grocery store corners, Target stalker safeties, and even they're getting injured. So it's like you gotta look like deep down the well. Pretty soon we're gonna have like MLB pitchers as safeties now.
Oh my god.
But credit to the Chiefs, Chiefs, they're all the way back, I would say. Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Mahomes is still Mahomes, regardless of whether or not this is Kelsey's last year. Sonic and Knuckles, man, they didn't look so hot.
Gibbs kind of 17 to
Gibbs did
65
fine.
yards, but Montgomery was definitely shut down today. this
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
But yeah, so
You
But yeah,
know,
bullshit
yeah.
penalties. I
the-
think bullshit penalties cost the Lions.
Yep.
And don't worry, Lions fans. As a Saints fan, I know how it feels to get screwed by the refs. So
Illegal
you have
motion,
my sympathy.
BS. Anyways, and before you say something, I'm just going to say this right now.
Mhm.
Dan Campbell literally said on the radio today that the refs told them that New York called the illegal motion flag. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyways, bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit. Anyways, go ahead. Go ahead.
You
You have any
know,
thoughts?
yeah, I hate to say it. The Chiefs look like the Chiefs, you know. I hate to say it. But the thing is, the Lions, they moved down the field so well that first drive. It's like, let's say they didn't have that penalty. Would that momentum carried out throughout the whole rest of the game?
Absolutely.
But
I think they
were-
win this game.
Yeah, I mean, they look really good. And, you know, I mean, yes, their defense is depleted. But I mean, their offense looked great going down the field, and on the Chiefs side, you know, I mean, Chiefs look well on the offense, and they get Rashid Rice back next week or this upcoming week. So that's just another wedding for Patrick Mahomes. Now on the defensive side, yes, they're down all corners, and they're also going to be down another corner with Brian Branch, where for him fist fighting at the end of the game.
Yep.
Uh,
I was going to get
so
into that
that
later, but yep.
Yep, so that's also gonna be something to watch next week because they face the Buccaneers. So
Oh boy.
with that offense. So yeah, so long story short, Chiefs look good. I think the Chiefs got the Raiders this week too, so it's
Yeah, they're back, bro. They're back.
Oh,
so that's
I didn't
that.
mention. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
mention this during our Bucs segment earlier. Bucs might be getting Mike Evans back, so
Yes,
that
I
might
did.
be a problem for them.
Oh
Yes,
boy.
I think Mike Evans was practicing today. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts. Chiefs are back. Chiefs, I can't believe I'm saying it. I think the Chiefs are back, and the Lions' offense looked good. Now it's just
No,
the
it
Lions'
really did.
defense. Man.
I think it
Yeah.
really is just the defense, and again, I just feel like if they score on that Jared Goff touchdown, I feel like that this game goes to the Lions easily. I think. So, yeah, just me though, just me. All right, moving on to the doubleheader of Monday Night Football, where you have a shocking result. But the Atlanta Falcons, who got shut out by the Panthers a couple weeks ago, win against the Bills 24-14. Now, all I'm going to say is in regards to this, the Falcons defense look great. Okay? Bijan Robinson is balling. Okay, 170 yards for one touchdown with that big, long 81-yarder down the field. Penix is also a balling. Guys, I think the Bills are in trouble.
Oh boy,
Hey, Brandon.
go.
What did we
What's
say
up?
last week?
Yeah, chat. Pull out the receipts from
Pull out
last
the receipts.
episode.
The
Larlar, you want to
receipts.
make this into a short and just put a flashback? You can put it right here, right now. But RBM and I said the Falcons have a chance to do the funniest thing. And what
And
happened?
they did.
And they did. So, but long story short, let me tell you, man, that Bills defense is concerning. That Bills defense is very, very concerning.
I am actually, I'm low key pressing the panic button on the Bills. I'm actually.
Whoa, I don't know about panic
Yeah,
button.
I'm
let's slow
pressing
down
it.
there a
I'm
little. Let's slow
pressing
down
it.
there a little
I'm
bit.
pressing it. The last 2 weeks have not been great, guys.
No, they haven't, but I don't know about panic button.
Yeah,
Look,
no, dude.
Look, you never want to
Nah.
go into the bye week with a loss, let alone 2 straight losses. But in this bye week, at least let some recuperate, come back.
Almost 3.
Almost, man. You know it's good. But to the Falcons' credit, man, Falcons' defense has improved a lot. They drafted Jalen Walker and Pierce as their edge rushers. They're getting to the quarterback. I mean, the CBs look great. Their linebackers looking good, better. And look, man, Bijan, bro, he's definitely one of the best running backs in the game right now. He's looking good. Drake London balling out as always. And you know what's crazy? I saw a stat. Drake London was literally the only wide receiver to be targeted at all at that game. Yes, you had Kyle Pitts, but Drake London was the only wide receiver that had catches.
Yep.
Thank you to Drake London for helping me win fantasy this week.
10 receptions, 158 yards, by the way. He's targeted 16 times. Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So my only concern is that, I would want Michael Penix to kind of feed the ball to everybody more. Granted, yes, Drake London, right? Always feeding the ball when you can. But let's say he gets double teamed. Let's say he gets locked up, right? You got other options you got there. You got Mooney, I guess Ray Cloud you got too as well, but that's the only concern. But the great thing about Michael Penix, though, he doesn't have to do too much. You got the best running back in the game, one of the best. You definitely got a really, really good wide receiver in the game as well. Just be a good ball manager and you'll be fine. That's what he did. So on the Bill side,
it also helps that Bijan's a really good pass catcher, so he can kind of act as a dual threat.
Yeah, and so on the Bill side, this was definitely one of Josh Allen's worst game in a while.
Panicking.
Let's
calm down on the panic button.
Bro, I'm panicking about him, bro. Bro, this does not look like a team that's going to the Super Bowl. I'm just telling you that right now. That's how bad I'm panicking, bro.
Man, boy. And I will say on the defensive side, Bernard got hurt and man. One of their two stars got hurt on their defense, man. So it's not a good look. Not a good look. So congrats to the Falcons. As much as I don't want them winning, we did predict that. So that's my thoughts with that.
All right.
Hey, I said Bijan was gonna run all over the Falcons, and he did just that.
Yep.
I would not press the panic button on the Bills just yet. Here's why I say that. There's this thing called defensive game planning, and let's just call it what it is. The Falcons prepared. They played the Bills the way that they absolutely should have.
I will say, props to Jeff Ulbrich, who is the former interim Jets coach and defensive coordinator for the Jets. Props to him because he's making that defense look amazing.
He is.
All right. Last game here with this slate, and it was another shocker, I feel like. The Bears win a weather-filled game against the Commanders on Monday Night Football, 25-24. Jake Moody with the game-winning field goal. Guys, the Bears, huh? Hold on a second. Caleb Williams, 17 of 29, 252 yards, 1 touchdown. DeAndre Swift with one of his best games this season, 14 attempts for 108 yards. Didn't get a touchdown, but still played very well. He got a receiving touchdown, though. DJ Moore got some. Robert Dunze, by the way, BS touchdown flag, by the way. He could have scored a touchdown. But anyways, not really concerned too much about the Commanders, to be honest, other than that defense. I actually have a little paragraph here that Max typed up, which I will go ahead and read in a second here. But Jaden Daniels, 19 of 26, 211 yards for 3 touchdown passes, 1 pick, took 3 sacks. Bill didn't really do much, unfortunately. And so I'm going to go ahead and just read out everything that he said here. And it's a doozy. All right. He said, "Alright, bruh, this game. First, congrats to the Bears for their Hail Mary revenge game. Even if at the end of the day it doesn't matter because the Hail Mary will be played till the end of time. Moving on." Trying to say it in his, antic. "Now to my team. My emotions went from we're so down to we're so back up to we're so down to we're so back up to I'm going to just kill myself. Now, the positive first. Luke McCaffrey needs to be in more snaps because holy shit, Jalen Lane too. Chris Moore, he's cool and all, but I'd still be down for Traylon Burks. Jaden, even with the interception and fumble, he took full accountability with that. So no matter how many fans think the sky is falling with Jaden Daniels, he's still that guy. I don't care. Now with the whole lot of negatives. First half, shit was crazy. I don't know why we're not a first quarter team, because why are we struggling first quarter against this mid-tier team or shit, any team? Like, we never look ready for any game. Or like any game in this season, we just have not looked prepared. And now the defense. And for once, I can't even get mad at our corners because they played solid enough games. But our run defense, bro, it's so sad, dude, because like, how can we not stop DeAndre Swift, who averaged between 2 to 5 yards per game? He averaged 7.7 yards per carry, dude. How do we let that happen? And then, how can we, who had the best rushing offense at that time, not run all over the ball, the second worst rushing defense, dude? But I guess they prepared well for it. So, I mean, but still, bro. Speaking of defense, Joe Witt needs to be like, I got a PG, but like, my guy, why is 90-year-old, he's timeless, I know, trying to make a point here, Bobby Wagner in coverage, and why is the defense so open? There's so much open space back there. What are we doing? I know we made stops, but like, why can't anyone on this team tackle Quan Martin? Then we go to Matt Gay. Literally, and I mean literally, he doesn't miss that field goal, we win this game, I feel like. But nah, nope. It's like, I'm so tired of our kickers not being consistent, man. It's so ass. And Bill, man, we gotta stop fumbling, my guy. You're still gonna be that guy, but like, we gotta stop fumbling. That last one wasn't your fault, but you fumbled back-to-back games, man. You gotta lock in. Overall, unlike some fans, the sky isn't falling for me over here, but the upcoming games look rough. Cowboys, Chiefs, Lions, Seahawks, and we've seen their offenses. And if we don't go back to the drawing board to change something up in the coaching, then the defense will most likely cost us these games, dude. And I know we're getting Terry and our right guard Sam Cosmi back, so that's a lot of help, luckily. But even that, I'm still scared of the defense and how they'll perform. But I'm gonna keep my head up. We move on to Dallas in a hopeful rebound game and go 4-3. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Good talk. Good talk.
Keep it quick.
I'm starting to feel like the Commanders are starting to become the Golden State Warriors of the NFL.
Whoa, what?
That defense.
How
Hear me out.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Let me cook. Let me cook. Hold on.
RBF, they need to win something, bro.
Hold on. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
I'm
talking about the current version of the Golden State Warriors. I'm not talking about the 2010s version of the Warriors. Hold on now. Because that offense needs to get it together. I agree with Max on that point. Hold on. I agree. That offense, yeah, needs to lock in, stop with the fumbles, but other than that, I'm not concerned about their offense. That defense, however, oh boy, that shit is looking kind of rough. We all know Lattimore's cooked. Kind of why we traded
that
him.
Defense is old, though. Like, that was one of the concerns.
Defense is getting older.
Yeah, that's one of the concerns I had going into the season. Like, that defense is getting old.
Yeah, and they're not going to be able to keep up with the young guns of like a George Pickens, or if CeeDee Lamb comes back, which he probably will. And they couldn't keep up with like a Dunze. They couldn't keep up with they couldn't keep up with Zach Ertz.
Yeah,
that's an issue.
That's a big issue.
Yeah, I think the Commanders literally have the oldest defense in the NFL.
Yeah, no, we can't have that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Let's talk about the Bears, though. The Bears, they look great. They really do. I think they're hitting their stride at a good time. They're getting more comfortable, and Caleb is getting also more comfortable, which, by the way, there were a lot of comments made by Troy Aikman on the broadcast where apparently, he was hating a lot. And lo and behold, Caleb Williams actually said, a tweet here or a post here from Adam Hoge on Blue Sky. He said how Caleb Williams said he and Troy Aikman did not have their usual broadcast meeting before Monday Night Football. Williams was at Hollis Hall late the night they were supposed to connect. He called Aikman when he was done, but he didn't pick up, so they ended up not connecting. So was that the reason why Troy Aikman was not why doesn't he fuck with Caleb Williams? Very interesting, but I think the Bears looking good, and they're looking good at a good time.
Yeah, this was a really good time for the Bears to, start racking up some wins. And I like what Caleb's doing. I like that Caleb is finally starting to get chemistry with Odunze. He's starting to, feel comfortable in that Ben Johnson style offense. And Caleb might actually win Most Improved Player of the Year this year. I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with Ben Johnson, right?
Yeah,
I think Ben
absolutely.
Johnson's kind of unlocking Caleb Williams a little bit. Now, granted, I don't think this game was the best determined play by both teams, especially when the Commanders fumbled that ball in a precise moment, but
Yep.
near the 2-minute warning.
It
That was the
literally
reason
changed the
why.
game. It changed the game.
That was the game sealer, right? But I mean, Jaden did have a lot of bright spots. Caleb also did have a lot of bright spots. And I really think DeAndre Swift needs to be talked about more with this game.
Uh-huh.
I think DeAndre Swift played extremely well, breaking tackles, finding open space. He's starting to look more of like, I say more of like, I mean, Lions and Eagles. DeAndre Swift were basically the same, so I think he's starting to look more like that. So, but if I'm the Commanders, man, that defense is looking pretty worrisome. And same with the offense. When Terry McLaurin comes back, it's just going to change up that offense tremendously. And I mean, same with the Bears, man. I mean, the Bears look good too, and Bears just got to keep it up there.
I only have one message for the Commanders before we move on. Tighten up, bruh.
Yeah, I want them to I want them to perform well, but yeah, they need to lock in here a little bit. It's not getting too concerning, but it's definitely getting to a point where it's like, all right, guys, like, you guys were way better than that last season. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, that is our game recap for this episode of Talkin Football with Larlar, but now, oh man, look at this playoff picture though. The Colts are the #1 seed. If the playoffs started today, if the season ended today, the Colts would have the 1 seed in the AFC. It would be Broncos, Steelers, and then Jaguars, Chargers, and then Bills, Patriots, where the Patriots would be hosting in Foxborough. Oh my god. Can you imagine that? The NFC side, the Bucs are top of the NFC. So then it would be the Rams, Packers, Lions, 49ers, and then the Seahawks, Eagles. So that is the playoff picture through week 6, which is kind of crazy, man. I'm not going to lie.
Uh-huh.
All right. So now let's get into our Swift stories to know. And as always, we're going to go ahead and talk about the injuries firsthand. So here we are, the Swift stories to know. Let's go through this very quickly. Brendan Strange is dealing with a quad and hip injury that he suffered against the Chiefs. So he is going to be sidelined for at least 5 weeks, which is, if I'm being honest, pretty decent hit to the offense of the Jaguars because, tight end. Fred Warner, as we mentioned earlier, suffered a dislocated and broken ankle in today's game, or in Sunday's game, and that is going to most likely 99% be a season-ending injury with surgery incoming. Juwan Jennings, as mentioned earlier before, playing with 5 broken ribs and a high and low ankle sprain.
Don't make sense.
How is this guy playing out here, man?
How is he alive?
Oh my god. Todd Bowles, Bucs head coach Todd Bowles, says that Bucky Irving and Chris Godwin are not in play to play against the Lions next Monday night, but Mike Evans might. Is in line to potentially do so. Also, though, Emeka Egbubu, which, by the way, Gronk is hilarious, but Egbuka is scheduled to undergo testing Tuesday to determine how much time he will miss. I don't think I saw an update, but yeah, it is expected to miss some time here, unfortunately. Mike Gesicki injured his pectoral Sunday against Green Bay, and he is also going to be on IR because of that. Cowboys COO Stephen Jones says that CeeDee Lamb, Tyler Booker, and Kevontae Turpin could potentially play this week against the Commanders, which would be a big boost for them. Get some offensive help there. MRI today revealed that Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson hyperextended his knee and is now expected to miss a couple of weeks. Oh, great. More terrible news for the Jets. Who could have saw that coming, you know? Anyways, DJ Moore was actually transported to the hospital after the game on Monday. He did say, Ben Johnson did say that we got some good news. It was a groin issue, but I think we're going to be okay. He'll be day to day for the next couple of weeks, or this week at least. Terry McLaurin, who was dealing with a quad injury, is practicing this week, but the other wide receiver, which was Noah Brown, he's going to go on IR because of a groin injury. Marvin Harrison Jr. continues to be in concussion protocol, per head coach Jonathan Gannon. That's not great. So yeah, hopefully he gets out of protocol soon. Some returns now. Dre Greenlaw is designated to return from IR for the Broncos. So Neptune, big boost for y'all. Dre Greenlaw returning from IR soon. Now let's talk about this. Now let's talk about stuff, Swift stories to know, but they are not injury related. In regards to the fight on Sunday Night Football between Brian Branch and Juju Smith-Schuster, Brian Branch is going to be suspended for the Monday Night Football game against the Bucs, and it was actually tweeted a couple of minutes ago that hearing officer Jordy Nelson, former Packer wide receiver, has upheld the suspension on Brian Branch, so he was going to remain suspended for this upcoming game.
As he should.
Kind of crazy, but yeah, I agree. I honestly kind of agree. Cheap shot, but then also at the same time, I feel like Juju should have also gotten something because there was also something cheap during the game. So, yeah. Anyways, the NFL said it initiated a review of the application of the concussion protocol involving Giants quarterback Jaxson Dart during the Thursday Night Football game against the Eagles. That review will be conducted jointly with the NFLPA under the party's CBA. So, to anybody who doesn't know, also Emmett, welcome to the stream and the episode. But yeah, Jordy Nelson is an officer, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so there was a clip in the game between the Giants and the Eagles where Dable literally went into the tent, where apparently you can't do that. Coaches are not allowed to be in the blue tent where the injuries are being held and where the injuries are being examined by the team's doctors and whatnot. He is not supposed to do that. So the NFL is going to be investigating that, basically. AJ Brown had to tweet this out. He says, quote, "Just to clear this up, this wasn't a meeting or a sit down. I said, quote, I don't recall because I got painted like there was tension and had to step in. That's not true. I was walking to my car, saw them and stopped to talk, nothing more." And it's basically in regards to a potential like only meeting between him and Jalen Hurts and I think Smith. But yeah, apparently, a lot of people were asking about it. But yeah, nothing. But yeah, he just wanted to go ahead and clear it up. But I do definitely think there is still tension between some of the offensive players because specifically AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, who has been said and it has been reported that they're not clearly happy with what they're doing right now. So yeah. Moving on. Moving on. Colts plans to sign veteran quarterback Brett Rypien to the practice squad. He was last with Cincinnati, and he provides depth for the quarterback room because AR is on IR. How about that?
Again.
Yep. Now Next up here, well, this is just going ahead in regards to Tua and how people have just been late, skipping player-only meetings. Well, we're just going to go ahead and skip that since we talked about that earlier. Zadarius Smith is retiring from the NFL. He announced on Instagram. He basically said that he knew that this day would come, and now that it's here, I'm feeling so many emotions I never expected. I'm not going to go through this entire thing, but Zadarius Smith had a great career, and kind of surprised that he's retiring this soon, but yeah, it is what it is. You should react to the week previews. Emmett, I don't think we're gonna have enough time for that, but I'll consider it for next week. Shots fired. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin on Cleveland trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals. He says here, quote, Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in the area. But that's just my personal feeling. Kind of crazy. I was not expecting that out of him.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, Andrew
Yeah,
Berry,
Mike
yeah.
Tomlin for you.
Yeah, that is.
Tomlin's
But
not one. Tomlin's not normally not one to hold back. So
yeah, no, he's not. He's not. Yeah, very interesting. The Rams are holding practice at the Orioles ballpark this week before they play in England on Sunday, which is kind of crazy. Like, look at this. Like, they have little, yard lines and whatnot at the Baltimore Orioles stadium. It's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie.
honestly, kind of a smart move before you have to fly all the way to London.
That is kind of crazy, but yeah, it is very smart. Very smart. Rashee Rice is on track to return this upcoming week, and obviously there's a lot of personal things about Rashee Rice and his entire suspension. But yeah, he's going to be returning this upcoming Sunday against the who do the Chiefs play? The
Raiders, I think.
No, the Raiders. So yeah. Just an article here from Jeremy Fowler, but there was something here that was talked about. I completely forgot what this was for, but I'm so sorry. Let me just go ahead and just double check. But it was about Rashee Rice and his amount of plays that he's going to be playing. It's been reported that he is actually literally, when they start the game on Sunday, he is expected to basically take a lot of the plays already. He's going to be taking a lot of snaps already when he starts playing. So yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah, I expect that.
Yeah, expected.
Interesting.
CJGJ is going to be released by the Ravens over a mutual decision here. Very interesting because they just traded for him, but whatever. Not really.
Texans fans looking at him like, thanks for the free pick.
Yeah, I guess so. Kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So, yep. Anyways, continuing on, Josina Anderson says that the Chargers have been making inquiries at the running back and tackle position as the trade deadline approaches. So, again, we're going to be seeing more and more of these potential rumors surrounding trade deadlines. So it might get loud pretty soon here. If anything, next week could look very interesting. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Giants have just a couple more tidbits. Giants have to restructure the contracts of Paulson, Adebo, and Javon Holland, creating over 4.8 in cap space for 2025. This to me kind of sounds like they're going to make a move soon. Maybe a trade.
They might make a move for CJGJ, to be honest.
Yeah, so obviously some replies here. Trading for a wide receiver, are we? Someone said here to go get me Jalen Waddle. I think a trade is going to happen here for the Giants. In terms of who, TBD. Here's some Panther stuff here. It was mentioned earlier, but Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle is expected to split the workload this upcoming week with Hubbard coming back. So just a little tidbit there, I guess. Nothing too crazy. And this actually was tweeted out a couple of minutes ago, but the Lions are signing defensive back Jamie Robinson to a 1-year deal. He was on the Kansas City practice squad previously. So, yeah, this is at least something to go about. Yeah, so there you go. Just some more news, but let's get into more serious news here. Because there is some sad, but there also is some good news here. So, Nick Mangold is looking for somebody to donate a kidney. He has type O blood, so if anyone's willing to help out Nick Mangold, who is an absolute legend, please help him out because this really, really sucks. So I really hope thoughts and prayers with him. But yeah, if anyone's willing to donate, there's a whole thing here, columbiasurgery.org/kidney-transplant, and make sure that it's to Nicholas Mangold. So yeah. The Arthur M. Blank Foundation, so the Falcons owner, is making a $50 million donation to 4 HBCUs in the Atlanta area. Pretty cool to see. Pretty dope, you know. And Josh Hines Allen, 8-year-old son, Wesley, who was diagnosed with leukemia during the final week of the 2024 season. He was an honorary captain, so very cool gesture from the Jaguars to do that for him, and the fact that he was just there. So I'm not gonna really put any noise there, but just him running with his dad off to the sideline, pretty dope to look at. Now,
that's pretty cool to see. Yeah.
No, yeah, very cool. So yeah, I think in terms of like serious stories, we're definitely gonna like save it for like the final like segment of, you know, talking or Swift stories to know. And now let's talk about the fantasy football results from week 6. So in week 6, this was a very interesting week. So I went against Coop. King wins against Marcelo. Max wins against Mac. And let's see, RBM wins against Incog. Emmett wins against Brandon. Neptune wins against Andrew. So very interesting here. By the way, just saying, yeah, 5-1. RBM now has the best record at the moment.
Yeah.
Now this upcoming week, I got it's me versus Neptune, Marcelo versus Coop, Mac versus King, RBM versus Max, Emmett versus Incog, and Andrew versus Brandon. So good luck, gentlemen, and make sure you guys adjust your stuff, your lineups before tomorrow. And now let's get into the very spicy segment of my NFL top 10 power rankings for week 6. And I feel like this week in particular, please save some grace, because this week, and I feel like once again, we have to talk about the fact that this is probably the most open the NFL has been. So please just save some grace here. So when we go into this top 10, I'm going to hear a lot of things, you know, I'm just going to hear a lot of like, whoa, 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 because there are a lot of shifting during this week, guys. And you want to know how I know?
It's going to be controversial.
Oh, it's going to be very controversial with 10. It's going to be very controversial.
I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? All right, guys. Week 6 NFL Power Rankings, number 10. Oh, God. I don't want to say it, but I have to. Let me just go ahead and just get up my previous power rankings just in case, just to see where the team was at beforehand. Yeah. Okay, so number 10. Yeah, so I was hitting the panic button on them, but the Buffalo Bills are 10, guys.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, okay, please explain.
Oh my God!
Guys, the last 2 weeks have been bad, and the fact that they lose against the Falcons makes it even worse. I'm putting the panic button on the Bills. Nope.
Bro!
10 is insane.
Is it okay, let me ask you this. Is it because they lost 2 in a row, or is it just because they lost against the Falcons?
No, they lost 2 in a row, and their defense is bad.
I mean, yeah.
Plus, also, by the way, when you really think about it, they could have almost lost against the Saints. Just saying. Just saying.
You know damn good well we weren't beating them.
Hey, bro, just saying. Just saying. But yeah, the Bills are 10 now. Sorry. They dropped from 3 to 10. Kind of crazy, I know.
That's
But-
crazy work, but all right.
I know. All right, number 9. Number 9, we got a new team. I think I'm believing in the Seattle Seahawks. They're number 9 now. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you
I
that one.
like that. I do like
Okay.
that.
All right. You know, I think Sam Darnold's cooking. The defense cooking. You know, they're looking really good. They're looking really good. So you know, they just got to continue to, you know, just back it up here. So these two spots haven't really. These two spots have not changed. So I'll just put them together here. The Rams and Niners are staying at 8 and 7. So, yep. I know the Rams won, and I know the Packers lost. I know that, but just hear me out. I still think what?
You said Packers, not Niners.
Oh, oops. I said okay. So it's the Rams at 8 and the Niners at 7. So I think personally for me, I know what it looks like. The Rams won, the 49ers lost, but if I'm being honest, you know, the Rams are kind of like their defense is top notch, but I think their offense is going through a little bit of some things here. Niners, I feel like they also won against the Rams, so that's one thing. And then 2, while they did lose to the Bucs, they still kind of kept it close. So that's just me. Plus the Rams went up against the Toledo Ravens, so that's not really doing anything to me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, all right, okay. Number 6. Number 6, we got the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 6, they dropped from 4.
I can
Okay,
see the
hold-
Eagles. I can see the
hold on.
Eagles at 6,
Hold on.
especially after getting ass blasted by the fucking Giants.
Larlar, we gotta have a serious discussion.
What?
So you're telling me that wait, where are the Eagles at right now?
They're 6.
So if there was a game between the Bills and the Eagles, do you think the Bills would win or the Eagles win?
Right now, I think the Eagles win.
Honestly, yeah, Eagles.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. I kind of put myself in that trap. But over the bit, wait. I'm gonna let you explain. Explain why you put them at that one.
So, okay. Look, again, please save some grace for this week because this season has been bonkers. All right. This season has been weird, dude. This season has been so weird. I'm not pressing the panic button on the Eagles yet, but they're getting there. It's just that, like, yeah, they lost pretty badly to the Giants. Yeah, I know that. But the Eagles are still a great team, and they still play some bullshit. AKA tush pushes. You know, they're gonna get their way. They're gonna want to play the game how they want to play it. So I still think for me, they are still easily a top 10 team in the NFL, despite the fact that they lost against the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that Giants loss. That's just what it is for me.
Look, I think for me personally, if I had an argument to put them below the Niners or even the Rams, okay, sure. But I feel like overall as a team, I think they're still better than those two, at least. You know?
No, I agree. I think it's just the Bills one. I think that I'm gonna let you keep cooking. All right. I hear what you're saying.
Number 5, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there might be a lot of stuff for me with this number 5 one, but I think the Steelers are number 5.
You know, I'm
Honestly,
not mad.
yeah.
I'm not mad
For
at that.
some reason, a lot of people are down on the Steelers right now. I don't know why. They're playing really well. I don't care what anyone says. They're playing well.
I think because they know how to finish games. It's just they're not blowing people out. I think that's probably what it is.
Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. Number 4. Where is my number 4? Oh, here. Okay. Number 4. The Packers are back. 3, 1, and 1.
Whoa.
Honestly, yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. I'd put the Packers at 4.
Once again, please save some grace. Please save some
I'm
grace.
giving you grace, but
But I think the Packers are still a top 5 team in the NFL. I don't care what anyone says.
Jeez, brother.
Oh, they are. Oh, they absolutely are. They're
think
still
they're
a
top
top 5
10.
team in the league.
I think if we put the Steelers and the Packers right now, I think the Packers win it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toss up. It's a toss up. But I see what you're saying.
All right, okay, all right. Number 3. Unfortunately, they're not number 1 anymore. So yeah, the Lions are now at 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Which then also just leads into the fact that we have our top 2, which is pretty obvious, the 5-1 teams. And as of right now, the Colts are the second best. The Bucs are number 1. The Bucs right now are the number 1 team in the NFL right now. So.
I agree with that. I
hate it.
The fact that the Colts are up there, though, crazy, dude.
Crazy work.
The Colts deserve to be out there, and so do the Bucs.
They do.
But it still makes me want to puke.
All right. Now, let's go into our Week 7 predictions, and let's do this rapid fire.
Whoa. Before we do,
what?
I disagree with your number 10 pick.
Y'all
hold on. You two are gonna think I'm crazy for this. I would have put the Bills out of the power rankings entirely.
What?
Nope. Brandon, I'll just say this right now. There was a draft where the Bills were not on there. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Okay.
Yep.
You know what? This will be a discussion for next time. That's crazy. That's crazy work.
Because you know who I would have put at 10?
Chiefs.
Nope. Patriots.
Oh, hell no. Nope. They're probably at like 15. No. I think they're like 15 right now. Nope.
Really?
Okay, we gotta move on.
All right. Let's move on to our Week 7 predictions to end this episode. Steelers, Bengals.
Steelers.
Where's it at? Is it at Bengals?
Cincinnati.
It's in Cincy, yeah.
I got Steelers.
All right, Rams, Jaguars. Rams.
Ooh.
I am gonna go Rams, yeah.
As well.
Saints, Bears.
Bears.
Saints. Upset.
Holy shit. Dolphins, Browns. Dolphins, Browns is straight up 50-50 right now.
I think.
Oh God. Oh God.
It's in the
Lord.
Pound.
It's in Cleveland. It's in
I think
Cleveland.
Tua can pick apart that Browns defense.
Oh, but that defensive front though.
That's just the issue. I think.
King, I'm sorry.
Where's it at?
Browns.
It's in Cleveland.
Oh shoot! No, I got Dolphins. I think Tua can get it.
Okay. I think I go Browns. I don't know. I'm nervous about that defensive line, bro.
Tiebreaker. I gotta go Cleveland. I'm sorry.
All right.
I think Dolphins can pull it off.
All right. Vrabel returns to Tennessee. Patriots, Titans.
Oh, God.
Patriots.
All right. Raiders, Chiefs.
Chiefs. New starting. Okay, sorry. I'm about to say, who's their new starting head coach again? What is his name?
Mike McCoy.
Oh yeah, Patriots by 50.
Okay. Oh my God. Raiders, Chiefs. Chiefs. If you don't pick the Chiefs, you're brain dead. Just saying.
I want to pick the Raiders so bad, but Chiefs.
Eagles, Vikings.
Ooh.
All right, you guys are gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna go Vikings.
What?
Yep, I'm going Vikings as well.
Once again, I feel like there's going to be one of these games where it's going to be a fuck up. I think it's this one right here.
I mean, let me tell you, man. I mean, yes, I knew the Eagles were going to get exposed, but I'll be quick. I mean, oh wait, Carson Wentz against it. Wait, or is JJ McCarthy started back?
I don't think it's JJ.
JJ McCarthy is he's questionable at the moment.
God, Carson Wentz against his own
I think it's gonna be Carson starting.
You know what? F it. Give me the Vikings.
All right.
Say yeah.
Panthers, Jets, Panthers.
Oh God.
I have no faith.
Brandon, go ahead and get yourself a win, bro.
I have no faith.
Dog, this is typical Panthers fashion. We have a perfect game in front of us, but we always mess it up.
Look, I can also see the Jets winning this, unfortunately, but I'm just gonna go with my gut. I think the Panthers win this.
It's at MetLife. But I think Panthers got it. We just got too much momentum.
I'm also gonna say Panthers.
Broncos Giants. This is gonna be close.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Where's it at?
Denver.
Denver.
Ooh, I got Broncos. I don't know if Jackson Dart can handle all that
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think Broncos as well.
against that defense. Oh man,
You know what? I'm going the upset. Give me the Giants.
I
Okay.
don't see them. I don't see them upset them in
I
Denver.
think Scatterboo is gonna do work.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Big one here because this could determine some power rankings for next week. Colts Chargers.
Well, Chargers are wearing their new yellow
This
uniforms.
is tough.
They're
This is tough.
Superchargers.
This is very tough.
Chargers
I
are
don't
wearing
care
they're wearing their supercharger uniforms.
I might
I don't
actually.
care what uniforms they're wearing. I'm going Colts.
I think I'm gonna go Colts as well. I'm not
I'm
gonna
going
lie.
Colts too. It's
this
just
is a
that run
toss-up.
game on the Chargers. Yeah, I'm going Colts. It's just
This
that
is a
run game on the
toss-up.
Chargers, man.
Yep. Commanders Cowboys. Oh boy.
Ooh,
In Dallas.
man. In
In
Dallas,
Dallas? Oh yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Give me them boys. Especially if CD Lamb coming back, give me them boys.
If Dak still plays well, that Commanders defense isn't looking too hot.
Yeah,
so
you're right. If Dak comes, if CD Lamb comes back, Cowboys, dude. I think Cowboys win this.
Hell, I would say even if CD Lamb doesn't come back, give me them boys.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. Packers Cardinals. Packers.
Honestly, I'm going Packers.
You know,
Because the Cardinals aren't really Jordan Love's kryptonite. That was more of an Aaron Rodgers thing.
I got Cardinals in the upset. Believe it or not.
All right. Look, once again, there are going to be some matchups in here that just go the other way. I'm just saying this right now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Falcons Niners. Ooh, wait.
Oh my god.
I'm going with Falcons. I'm going to go Falcons here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm also going Falcons. I'm also going Falcons.
you know,
I'm going Falcons.
Yeah. I'm going Falcons.
All right. Tampa Bay, Detroit, Bucs Lions.
Tampa. All their CBs are out, including Brian Branch. Baker's about to have
same
a
here.
field day.
I think Bucs win it too.
Going Tampa. Going
Yeah.
Tampa.
All right, last one. Texans Seahawks.
Is that the 10 p.m. game?
Yep.
And that's in Seattle? I got
it's in
Seattle. I got Seattle. Yeah,
Nope.
I got Seattle.
Nope. I'm going upset. Texans win it.
What? Really?
Oh.
They can't. They don't win in home, guys. They don't.
But it's Seattle, though.
But they haven't won
Like Seattle
at
Stadium.
home.
Like Seattle
No,
Stadium.
no. He's right. He's right. He's right.
If you look,
Seattle hasn't won at home.
There's a stat somewhere that Mike McDonald has won more out on the road since he's gotten there than at home.
I think like 10 out of the 11 road games he's won. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but you know what? They say this is the first time for everything. I'm going Seattle.
JSN's looking good, bro. Give me Seahawks.
How many total?
Well, actually, wait a minute. That Texans defense is still as elite as ever. You know what, Larlar, you're right. I'm going upset. Give me Houston.
I'm going
Texans,
Texans, man. I'm going.
I got
Texans.
Seahawks in this one.
All right, how many total points will be scored in the Texans Seahawks? I'm going with a pretty decent high scoring one. I think it'll go 50.
I'm going.
Ooh.
I got 45.
52.
I'm going 37.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I got 45.
All right. Well, guys, those are our predictions for Week 7, and that is going to do it for Episode 6 of the Talkin Football with Larlar podcast. I appreciate you all for tuning in to this episode. We will see you guys next week for Episode 7, where we will talk once again about Week 7 of the NFL. Talk about whatever the injuries, the highlights, and all things NFL, and of course the power rankings, which sounds like to me was very controversial this week. But yep, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.